It's the off season now. We got to talk free agency. Coming to us live from Washington, D.C. Let's welcome back our Super Bowl winning GM, Charlie Casserly. Good morning, Uncle Charlie. Season, it's over.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great here. Hey, this is a heck of a show. We got people nude in bars. We got people with T-shirts in swimming pools. You're going to win a pizza eating contest. This is great. I can't wait for the next hour.
What a time to be alive, Charlie. Let's talk free agency.
Okay.
Let's talk off season. Could you explain how teams typically begin to evaluate their rosters?
Well, first of all, you go back and you look at all the game tape. The way we did it, the coaches go back, they look at the game tape, and they have their evaluation. Our pro scouts look at the game tape, they have their evaluation. I have my evaluation, the head coach has evaluation. And we all sit down, have a discussion, come up with what we think is a consensus, and the head coach and I sit down and we come up with our consensus and then make a final decision on what are our needs. Here are the positions that we have to go after. Then we look at our roster. Who are the free agents? Who are we going to bring back and not bring back? And then again, it's not that simple, because if you're the ones you're bringing back, you got to decide how you're going to bring them back. So, for example, the Redskins, obviously this will be the most watched decision in the offseason until the start of free agency. If you can't get them signed, do you franchise them, and what level do you franchise them at? The Patriots, Malcolm Butler, he's a restricted free agent. We have different levels you tender him at. Certainly he will be at the highest level. Then you have to sit down with your medical people. What are the medicals on these guys? Who needs surgery? When can we expect players back? Maybe we want to let them go at this point in time in their career. And then finally, the salary cap. Who can we afford? And we have to start putting numbers at these guys to say, this is what we project that we'll pay them for, and we won't pay them anymore. We said about New England. Hey, in New England yesterday during the parade show, they're going to have a number. And if Mount Martellus Bennett doesn't fit that number, he's gone.
Those abacuses and TI-89 calculators, nice and busy already in this offseason. Let's talk about free agency. The period, of course, opens early in March, I do believe. What are some of the general goals for each team during that time? There are some notable free agents. You mentioned Martellus Bennett there. I'm a Bears fan, so Alshon Jeffrey being up is sort of interesting to me. Le'Veon Bell, obviously the marquee name to hit free agency. What are some of those general goals for each team, Charlie?
Well, Kay, in an ideal world, you fill all your needs and you can go into the draft and have a free shot. For example, the Giants last year on defense, they hit the home runs. Janoris Jenkins at corner, Damian Harrison at defensive tackle, Olivia Verna defensive end. Big money guys, but they hit the home run. Now, you'll judge the draft. Maybe we don't have to spend money on a certain position because we know we can fill it in the draft. That's risky. You have a high pick, you can do it. Or New England's approach. They've been doing this for years. Take former first-round draft choices who obviously haven't made it completely at the success level they were predicted to be. They're on the street. Chris Long, Shea McClellan, and you bring them in at a lower amount. Remember, they were a first-round draft choice for a reason. So you find something they can do, and you supplement your roster that way. So you have the big money spending, the low money spending. Now, I'll say this finally. On the big money spending, you have this budget. We're going to sign one. We're going to sign two. Sometimes after you sign that one, hey, you can't sign two because you spent all your money on one. And it's a blind shot now, Kay. It's a blind shot. You don't know what you're up against sometimes. You just have to make a gut decision. We need them. Spend it. We'll cut some other money from somebody else later.
I thought it was so interesting to hear Bill Belichick say, yeah, this is all very great, but we're already behind in the process. Of course, a notable name that didn't make that list is Dante Hightower, two-time Super Bowl champ, who was a difference maker in that final game of the season. We'll see what happens with him. Thanks for joining us, as always, this morning, Charlie Casserly.